Here. It should work. I think we're green light go almost.
56, 8, 9.
Quite a few in.
Almost 60.
We're gonna hit 60.
Almost.
Almost. It's the little things that excite us.
Yeah.
We're at 60.
Well, actually, 60 now.
62. 63. We're gonna hit 70. We're at 64. They're all logging in. I guess we'll give them a minute here. See if everybody gets logged in. So we got a meeting.
That's a meeting that we have now.
So it says that it's officially the time to start this meeting. I guess we're ready to get it started. I'm going to introduce myself. I am Professor Warren Lewis. I'll be new to this area, and then we'll have Hugo introduce himself in a minute. So we're kind of taking over. We had a change in personnel for this course, and this course is Engineering Sciences 2141 Strength and Materials Lab. So hopefully most of you guys have that strengths course already. So this is gonna be a lot of fun. I'm still teaching some courses in another department, and I'll be coming over here and helping out as well with this course. And then we have the gentleman here next to me, and I'll let him introduce himself.
Thank you very much, Dr. Luis. My name is Hugo Ferrer. I'm professor here as well. I teach statics, and in this semester with Dr. Warren, the Strength of Materials Lab. Maybe you, part of you know me, and I do some research in earthquake engineering, and I'm very happy to share the information that I have with me with all of you. Welcome to this semester. Thank you.
So look, what today our goal is to kind of go over the syllabus, understand the dynamics of the course, how it's laid out. We'll be taking turns talking about some portions here and answering questions that you guys are going to have as we go through here at the end. And so if you get a question, just holler. I do have the chat open on the side, so if you don't have a microphone, you can always chat, and we should be able to see it coming up. So we've kind of introduced ourselves. The first thing we need to talk about is the lab locations. The labs are going to be located in the Endeavor, and we will have some labs that are going to be going out in the North labs there. And so we've kind of got some different room numbers right here that we're talking about. We're going to see that in the map here in a little bit. The deal is we're going to talk about safety training and requirements for both of these, and we're going to be doing that in our Canvas session. So I'm going to try and go through this pretty quick. If you guys have probably already read this and go into town. Both of us have office hours that are listed here. I'm going to be in office 222 here in Endeavor, and so feel free to stop by in your offices.
It's in the Engineering North, and it's 231, the second floor. Obviously, I will be happy to attend all of you.
Yeah, and so definitely get with us if you have questions about the course or any comments. Definitely get with us and talk to us. Now we're going to have some TAs, some teaching assistants. We have these listed here, and one thing I want you to take a note of is we have a series of 5 TAs. There's actually 5 modules that we're going to do in lab. So each TA is assigned to a module. So for module A, we're going to be focusing on this lab activity, and here's our TA that's going to be over that. So these are the contact people that we'll be seeing in these labs, and you've got their email addresses. So if you're doing module A and you have a lab question, email that person first. Don't come to me first. Goes to the person, the TA, and ask questions. They're going to be able to help you out. If you can't get answers from them, then come see one of us and we'll help you out. Prerequisites, we really don't have any for this course, so that makes it quick. Textbook, there's really not a textbook. Basically, anything's acceptable in there. Hibbler's, one of the strength materials, is a good course material in there. We're going to have a lot of the stuff that you need in prep videos and lab sheets that you're going to need out there for this course. And we'll show you where that's at online. So course description, you guys can kind of read that. This is going to be a great course where you should have taken strength and materials. You've already done things like in statics, concurrent forces, you solved reactional forces, then you get into strength of materials, and you learn how to do things like find a method of sections, find the forces in trusses and all that kind of stuff. We're going to be doing that kind of stuff in here. We're actually going to go test and break those things in this lab. So we're going to have a lot of cool stuff to do. You're going to be designing some things and having stuff cut on lasers. You guys are going to be welding some stuff, and then we're going to go break that stuff as well. I'm not going to read this stuff because you can read it. We'll just hit some of the highlights here for you. Course topics, we have 5 modules. I'm just going to get down here and pull these 5 modules up for you. Push that up a little bit slower there. What we're going to be doing is, in short, you're going to be assigned a module, and I'm going to let him talk about the modules here in a little bit and how we're going to assign those. But basically, we're going to have a group that's doing module A, another group is going to be module B, and they're all going to be doing that starting next week. And so you'll be assigned, and he's going to talk about how to do that. And you will be in that group for 3 weeks, and then you will be doing these activities through here. Okay, and we're going to be seeing where that's at in Canvas. So you'll eventually be rotating the different modules. You have anything to say about the modules? You want to?
No, it's okay.
It's okay. So the odds are you may miss one of these, and it's going to be considered a bonus module. We'll see that in the grade distribution here. So is it okay if we're taking strength and materials concurrently? That's fine. It's excellent. You can do that. And it'll probably help you out as you're going through there. And if you have questions about strength and materials, come to the office, get with the TAs, and we'll help you guys out on that. We're doing a lot of content updating. That's one of the things. I mean, today in the lab, we've really been working hard, getting a lot of the labs, finding the problems in the labs, and we're going to be updating lab sheets and things like that, and trying to get all the things perfected for you guys a little bit better than what maybe it happened in the past. It's that continuous improvement you always want to see in the organization. You always want to do a little bit better each semester. So grading, you've basically got 5 lab reports that are going to be handed in. And so you have the 4 that we're going to do right here. You've got 5 lab activities. You've got attendance is going to be part of your grade. So we are going to take attendance in those labs. So when you come in, there's going to be a sign-in sheet. You're going to need to get with that TA, sign in, okay? If you're there, they're going to get counted, and that's going to go towards that 10% of your grade. Okay, we're going to have some pre-lab quizzes. We'll show you that in Canvas where that's going to be. You need to do those quizzes, and that's going to be 10% of your grade there. Now, these lab reports are going to be group-based, right? We're going to have people divided up into how many people you think per group?
Yeah, we will have 5 people for each group, and 2 teams. Team groups, we are going to work exactly the same experiment and the same day at the same time. The others is going to move to the other models, and this is really easy to do that. For that reason, it's necessary that you check the details of the schedule that we will share with all of you later, maybe tomorrow or the evening, because we need to wait for having, obviously, the complete list of all the sections for the names that are completed.
Yeah, we still see a lot of students enrolling in the course. And so we're still haven't formed the sections and what modules and who's going to be working with who on there. So this is kind of our grade distribution that we're going to have here. Let's talk about course objectives. Guys, when we go over syllabuses, one thing you always need to remember is that we are an ABET accredited program, and we need to tell you about these kind of things. ABET is the accreditation board for engineering and technology, and that's what's going to let you guys be able to go do things like take the fundamentals engineering exam, become PE certified, and all that fun stuff. So these are kind of objectives that are 10,000 altitude, high altitude flying type goals that we set for the course. We have things that we do in the lab that maybe represent some of these different units within what ABET wants, and we report back, and they look at that and evaluate us and critique us on those kind of things. And so we're actually doing a lot of assessment in this course towards ABET. And so this is where we have all the ABET outcomes and all that. And one of the requirements is that you guys understand that we are an ABET program and that you see this stuff. So that's why we put all these kind of things on here, and you can read through those. They're generated a lot of outcomes with input from advisory boards, people like that, as well as different technical groups that help us out with establishing that, meeting the criterion for ABET. So academic dishonesty, we always just want to talk about that real quick. We're not out looking for people cheating and doing things, but this is kind of the sergeant's speech. If for some reason you hand in somebody else's report from a different group, now he already talked about you're going to hand in one report for your group, that's fine, but you hand a report that has the stuff for another group, that can be an issue. I and he are not going to talk to you right away. We have to go through the university process, and that involves us getting a hold of a moderator, them getting a hold of you. It becomes very impersonal. It's not fun. So just don't go there. And we won't have to deal with this, guys, but we will follow the OSU policy. So I'm just going to leave it at that because I know that you guys are going to be good. We have it on there. You need to read that and look at that and see what's happening there. We'll treat you with as much respect. And that system is out there to ensure your rights as a student are maintained and that we're not doing anything on campus for any faculty to a student that's not done properly. So hopefully we don't have any issues there. The next thing we have is disabilities. We're not able to judge if somebody has a disability, and we're not going to say that one disability is worse than another. Disability could range from everything from somebody that's in a wheelchair or somebody that's legally blind. We get students with some disabilities that we see. Some disabilities are quite a bit different. Maybe they need access to information in different format or things like that. There, you're going to have to go through the Student Disabilities Office, and they'll send a letter to us, and then typically we will work with you on how best we can meet your requirements. We keep that confidential between us, the professors, and the student. That's not, we don't share that other stuff with other students who's got disability requirements or not. And so we will respect those. And so if you have a letter or need something, you need to be getting with us on the letters. We'll usually get copies of those, and then we'll sit down with you one-on-one on that. Let's see here. Talking about some of the events here. This is where we're at week 1. We're doing lab orientation. So we're recording this and we're going to put it out there. And this will be up there 24/7 for the semester for you guys to kind of watch and go back and see. Week 2, this is where we're starting the modules. Okay, and we're going to run that module for 3 weeks. Now you may be doing module A, B, C, D, or E. And then we've got set up here, and he has put a deal on Canvas. We'll show you that is going to say that lab report due is this time in here. And we'll show you where that's going to be. So this kind of just is a quick schedule. We have a bonus lab. So let's say you miss a lab or something. Maybe we can come in that week and catch you up on a lab and get you there, okay, towards your grades. So let's go to the next screen over here. Let's go to Canvas and learn how to navigate it. You guys, basically, we've done everything as a page here. And so the first thing you guys need to be doing is laboratory safety. Laboratory safety is important. You've got 2 different labs to deal with. We have Endeavor here, so you can click on it here, or you can go to Canvas over here. This NCO, basically that's the north classroom buildings. That's what you guys are going to be doing welding, and you're going to have to go through their safety stuff. So you need to complete both safety requirements for these 2 different lab areas. The Endeavor is here on the main campus. North Labs is going to be on the North Labs. We'll show you on a map here where that's at in a minute. But you guys, in OSHA requires companies every year to go through things like SDS training, our material safety data sheets. We have to do all that stuff annually. And so that's where you guys, if you had a card last year, it's not going to work. You need to get retrained, get a new card for these different lab areas. Let's say we have, let's see here. Do you have a sample report? On sample lab reports, we'll have those here in a little bit. We'll talk about those lab reports and show you guys those here in just a little bit to answer that. And how do you access the quizzes? When you guys go into the quizzes, you should be able to click on these different deals, and I'll see if it comes up in here real quick on this. You should be able to, in the North Classroom building, register and do all that and click this and just follow the directions on that. And then if you do that and you still have any questions, let us know how to go through that, because that should take you through there. My screens are going to be a little bit different than yours because we kind of have the faculty side versus the student side. And sometimes we've already gone through these and it doesn't show me the same screens that you would have. Okay. So lab safety this week, you guys need to be completing these labs. Let's talk about your cards. The Endeavor downstairs on room 120 outside, they have a table set up. And you guys, we need this stuff done by Wednesday next week. Okay, so next Wednesday, you want to get this stuff done because they're going to quit next week handing out cards. If you don't have a card, you come to lab, you don't get to go to lab. So you need to complete those quizzes. Okay, go down there and they'll have access to the screen. They'll know you took the quizzes and they will get you a white card saying that you have completed those quizzes, and you will bring that card to class. Okay, so their hours of operation down there is 2 to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. So that's this week and next week, and then they're closed. It's likewise, North Labs, you're going to need to complete their training, and you're going to go get what they call a white badge. out there. A white badge is not good over here. The card is good here for the Endeavor, but not good out there in the North Lab. So you got to get both forms of certification documents with you. The white badge is what you're going to wear when you go out to the welding labs, and they'll know that you've been trained and you're safe to be out there. Okay. And so that's going to be a real important feature there. Lab orientation. That's what we're doing our lab orientation today. He's talked to you about lab schedules and group assignments. You will be getting that sent out to you, and we'll be posting it out here. You need to be getting into those lab groups and coming to them and working with your groups through those labs. Let's talk about the lab groups and the lab locations. I'm going to bring this up on the screen. This is a map of the Endeavor building. So we've got basically this first floor right here is the first floor. Level 1, level 2 is the second floor. Over here we have level 3, and that's our third floor. So here we have module E. Those people are going to be working and meeting probably here in room 140. So if you find that you're in module E, next week you'll report to room 140. If you are in module B, you're going to probably report to room 240 right here. Okay. Now then, third floor is really busy with you guys. Module A, that's where we do all of our soldering and everything on strain gauges. You guys will, if you're tied to module A and you're told to go next Thursday, you're going to go to room 370 and meet up with the TA there. C and D, you guys are next door neighbors over here, so you better get along. And you guys are going to be doing your labs over here in this little commons area that's on the third floor up there. There's going to be some tables with equipment up there, and the TAs will have everything out there for you. Now, some of you guys are going to ask where the welding lab is going to be, the NCL labs. We have this picture right here for you. If you're looking for things and you really need a street address, the DML is kind of the general manufacturing lab, and then there's north of that 2 other buildings. If you Google it, it's like 1724 West Tyler would take you to the DML lab. You're not going to go to that lab. Only going to that lab to see a guy named John Gage. And John Gage is going to be the guy that has your safety badges. He's going to be able to help you out and get you your white badges for this North Lab complex. Now, the question is, where is this complex at? We have Google Map links down here, and I'm just calling this thing up for you. We have a link on here. I'm going to zoom out just to kind of give you a perspective of where we're at. We're down here by Boone Pickens. Okay, that used to be Lewis Field, no relation, but that used to be Lewis Field. I'm not touchy about that, but this is Boone Pickens. You have Hall of Fame going across here. There is a stoplight up here at Willis Street. That's where Physical Plant Services and the Library Annex. You can go north, go across McElroy, and you can come up here, and this is where the building is. And so if you have Google Maps and you want to put this in here, you can get that exact location on there. And I'll zoom in on that lab location because this will give you guys a good picture of the facilities. This is the DML. This is right off Tyler. You can park here, or if you're going to do welding lab, I'd advise just drive around Willis Street here. There's like a little oil refinery right here. The road will turn sharply. This is the petroleum technology classroom, or it's called a lot of different things. All these buildings have about 4 different names, and they all officially have not been named. This is actually an 80 by 80 warehouse official name, but it's the lab that they'll be doing the welding in. Okay, and so you can park here and just go in here and do your welding. Now you're going to need your white badge these next 2 weeks to get that here before you go out there. Okay, and is there a bus that goes out there? That's a great question. There is a bus stop, and I believe it stops somewhere down here off Tyler Street or something. You probably have to look at the maps and make sure you can get a bus, and then you got to walk up there. What I would suggest is get to know the people in your group and your team, and maybe you can hitch a ride out here with them. I've seen a lot of students do that over the years, getting rides out here to the North Side Lab. What hours do you need to pick up your white badge? I would assume probably 2 to 5 as well, because those guys typically don't open up really in business till probably after lunch. So pretty much any time after that, you can probably go out there and see John Gage and get your white badge out there. And in terms of your white card in the Endeavor, again, that's this week and next week, 2 to 5 at room 120. All right. So let's see here. Parking, good question. Let's go back and look at this parking here. Okay, these parking lots are going to require, you can get a ticket out there. So if you're going to park out there, you have to have at least one type of OSU parking permit. It could be a faculty, a staff, it could be commuter, it could be residential, any kind of parking sticker that's on your car that's OSU current, you will be able to park. These are overflow parking lots basically, and you can park out there. So if you don't have a sticker on your car, they will ticket you. Okay, so make sure they do patrol these lots and they love to ticket customers out there. So make sure that you guys have parking permits. Good deal.
I think that we have more questions before.
Do we have more questions?
Yeah, before the,
Is the bus? I think we got all those.
no, that's about the link and the reports.
The reports, yeah, we're gonna look at the reports on
Okay.
there. Yeah, we're gonna come back to your reports down here. We're gonna show you where that stuff is. Let's see here. What if you don't have a parking permit? What I would do is that's up to you guys. They're gonna ticket you out there. You're probably gonna need a the group assignments are gonna be coming. We're getting lots of questions here. Let me scroll this up so we can see a little bit more on there. So you don't have a parking permit yet. You're probably gonna have to go to transit and get one. Okay, or take the buses that go out there. The buses do go out there. So is one quiz for the Endeavor card and 2 for the NCL. I believe that's correct. And is the bike rack out there? I think there is a bike rack out there. You're probably gonna have to look for that and park your bike out there. They may have some stuff that you can put your bike there. So let's see here what else we have. So we only be at the welding lab for 3 weeks. Okay, the welding lab, what you're going to be doing is in that module, there's only going to be 1 week that any of you guys are going to be out there just for one Thursday. And what you're doing there is you're going to weld up a little I-beam component, and then we'll get those hauled back over here, and then we'll be doing testing on those the next week inside this lab on the big Shimatsu testing machines in there. Okay, yeah. Do you need a parking permit at OSU Tulsa as well? I believe so. If you're at OSU Tulsa, you have to have a parking permit. And let's see here. Yeah, somebody said the bike rack should be at the southwest corner. Just reading some of these and we'll get back that. Let's see, how do I get a white card for the that one? I don't know. They may have a site for the Tulsa lab buildings in terms of getting labs, and we'll have to look at that. I don't know. If you don't hear something, email me and we can get you in touch with the people over there in terms of how to get a safety card over there. I'm not in charge or connected to their labs as much. Let's see here. Do you need to pass any welding thing beforehand? No, the welding, they're going to teach you how to weld, and some welds are going to look nicer than others. That's okay. We'll test your welds when you bring them over here. But it's a good experience for you guys to see what it's like to weld and go through that process. They're not going to certify you in welding for that, so you're not going to get your weld certification, and you don't have to have that beforehand. You're just going to go in there and weld. Okay. I'm going to go through some of this as well. We talked about the lab being out here. So being out there, if you have a class prior, you may want to try and take a test drive and just make sure logistically you can get from point A to point B. So this is probably the most important item. This will answer some of your guys' questions, and then we'll open it up here at the end. And if we miss something or I cut something short, ask again here in a minute. Let's go through these modules. You have 5 modules. So if you get assigned to module A, we're going to click on. We're going to come in here, and module A has it all broke down into week 1. And if I scroll down here further, it's going to have week 2 and then week 3. So this is, if you get assigned to module A, that's what you're going to be doing for the next 3 weeks. Okay. And so what you guys need to do is come in prepared for that. So if I'm looking at week 1, I can come in here and watch a prep lecture on this that's been put up for you guys. And then you're going to be able to download the PowerPoint that goes with that lecture. So some of you want notes, you got the notes there, so you can download those. The quizzes that we talked about, there is a mini quiz tied to this. So you're going to have to watch that lecture and get those notes and go through there and do the mini quiz. That is going to record your grade on the system. I believe you can take that over and over, correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, so you can do that over and over. Okay, so you need to take those quizzes and do this. Do all this, be prepared for lab. The lab manual. Now, what is the lab manual? If I click on that right here, it's going to open up to a document. And this is what you're going to be doing in lab. Typically, the lab manuals are going to tell you the background, kind of tying to what you learned in the lecture, because this is a 1-hour course. It's a short lecture. You can kind of see everything's in there. And this has pertinent equations and things that you're going to need for this lab. And so it has that background. And then it has experiment procedures. So it's going to have what you're going to do in that lab. And somebody typed earlier about, do we have a lab report, an example or something? You're going to need a print of this. Okay, we'll get those out there to you, and you're going to have, and probably the best is we'll probably print them off and have a stack for you. We'll have a stack for you. We'll be nice. Okay, so save your paper. We'll burn ours up for you. And you guys are going to come in and perform these steps. And so you'll do measurements and you record height and the base width, whatever you're measuring here, and you'll calculate and put your answers in there. And this, and remember, if you're in group A, you're probably going to be divided into 5 people. And those 5 people are going to fill out this report and turn this report in. One report for one group of 5. So not every student has to turn one in. That group that you get assigned to, that subgroup, so there may be 2 or 3 different groups in group A. We'll have multiple stations going. You're going to turn in the report as a group. So you'll have to put everybody's name that's in this group on this report when you turn it in. Okay. So the other thing that we have here is just all the data and the calculations you're going to do and all that kind of fun stuff. And you're going to answer this and hand it in. Now, if I go back, let's see if I can go back here. I think when it goes back, it kicks me all the way to the top. I'll have to come back down here. So that kind of shows you the format. Each of these have those formats. Now, at the end of the semester, we do an evaluation, right? A peer evaluation. Is that for each lab or is it
for each one?
Yes, for each lab, you will do a peer evaluation for your group. So let's say I'm on in a group and I don't do any work. That group's probably going to mark me down as not doing any work, and that's going to impact my lab grade. Okay, because I didn't show up to lab, I didn't help write the reports, I didn't do anything, stuff like that, and it's going to show up on the peer review. Okay, so you guys are going to help establish those peer reviews, turn it in as part of the lab, and we'll be getting that out to you as well on how to do that. So this is the lab reports. Now under lab reports, this is just this directly goes to the submission for this. Okay, so I'll go back and show you what I did there so I don't go too fast, and we'll come back to.
It's a good question. What if people aren't doing their work in the group?
So what if people aren't doing their work in the group? Then you guys need to reflect that on your peer reviews, and everybody's going to turn that in. Everybody's going to turn that in, and so yeah, that's the hard part. You guys kind of have to help out, monitor some of that, just like in industry. When I was in industry, guys, we had teams, and you would be a team member. You'd be on that team, and if you had people that weren't productive on that team, we documented it, and they didn't get assigned to other teams. And eventually, when their evaluations came around, and they weren't on any teams, the company would fire them. Okay, it's kind of harsh and it's rude, but if people aren't helping you on those projects, you guys need to document it. Say, hey, they only did 10% of the work here, or they did 0, or they did half. You need to be fair on that, and your group needs to be fair to each other. Now, if you guys have issues with each other in the group, come see one of us, and we'll work out with you guys and see what's going on, if we need to reassign a group or do things. But let's talk about conflict resolution. If you guys are working as a group, what I would suggest is that if he and I and 2 other people are in a group and we're working on a lab, we should send out an email that we're going to meet at a certain time and we're going to work on the lab, and make sure you guys schedule it where it's not on, I don't want to schedule a time we're going to write the report where Hugo's got to go to work. He's got to go work at Walmart or some company in town. So I wouldn't want to schedule that and say, well, he never came and participated. You guys need to have a channel of emails and things like that, because if you guys have problems, we would like to see that communication, that your group is communicating. If it's just verbal communication, we can't see that. So a good way is to find in Canvas, you guys can see your groups and you can email each other, exchange information at the lab, and make sure you're communicating when you're going to meet, where you're going to do things, and don't wait at the end. Agree on who's going to do what part of the write-up, okay? And that's really, really important there, that you guys are kind of policing that. You guys are a big school, you're big time people, you can do that, and there's no problem. But like I said, we'll help out if there's conflict and you have big issues, just come get with us. Somebody said, is one of the labs extra credit? It's not so much credit, but let's say you do bad on a lab or you miss one, the bonus is going to help you replace that credit.
Yeah, and actually is in that case, it's just a single report for each one. It's not for a group. If you want to do that, you can do it in a single way.
So if I'm a student in the class and I've messed up and I got a bad grade on one report, or I don't like it, if I just want to go do the other module, I could come to that bonus lab and go do that other module, and we can use that for your grade. Does that make sense? But I would do that individually, the report for that. I might work as a group during the bonus and then turn an individual lab report for that. And that's going to be pretty fast paced because we're going to move you through there pretty quick. So the lab reports right here, when you see this has the due dates. And if I remember right, the way he's got this set up, it's really cool because that's going to show up in your schedule. So if you guys look at your calendar in Canvas, I've already checked and looked, and it shows up on mine. It shows that lab report due is going to be September and the time on there. So if you need to click on it and you click on this report, you're gonna be able to come in here and you guys probably have a little different screen. You probably have submissions and everything that you can submit to that. Again, I've kind of got a different looking screen than you guys do. Let's see here. So I think that's any other stuff on lab reports?
No, I think it's okay. About somebody that has asked about the format. This is the format that we have here,
Yeah,
and it's a Rubik as well. Did you need it to just check it? And TAs have more information about that.
yeah, and the TAs will be helping you out as well. Now, a little bit about the labs, guys. We are changing a lot of stuff in this lab, even today. We're going through and putting some new components in the lab in terms of tooling, equipment, how we calibrate things. And so we're adjusting things, looking at some of the problems we had last semester from the course that was taught, and we're doing some adjustment there. So you may see some stuff. As a matter of fact, the group C, their lab manual, we're probably going to have a whole new lab manual for that group. I think we just worked that up, finished that up today, and it will help that group out tremendously that's in there. And so we may be seeing different lab manuals and stuff coming out as the semester progresses. Let's see, do we have any other questions in the course? You guys can talk, you can, I've got, I think where we can hear you, or you can type. Can we access the lab quiz right now? Yes, you can access the lab quizzes. Now, there's two quizzes. If you're doing a quiz for the safety training, let me talk to you about that real quick. If you guys go and you just try to guess answers on the safety quiz and you mess up and you do it again after 3 times, it will lock you out. And then the person you need to go see, I think, is in office 260, Shelly. Shelly in 260. Don't come see me. You go down there and talk to her about why you're not being serious about that quiz or the issues you're having or plead your case. She can reset you, but she wants to see you if you can't pass those safety quizzes. Okay. Safety is really, really important. And on safety, guys, when you come to lab, if you do not have closed-toed shoes, pants, and safety glasses, you will not be allowed in that lab, plus your safety card. You need to have your little white card to come in the lab. You don't have those things, you'll be sent home. Okay, I know it's kind of harsh there, but you need to come prepared. Don't come in with flip-flops and tank top shirts. You need to have a shirt with a sleeve. Follow the training, it'll tell you those. It is locked. So the quizzes are locked. We'll look into that and see if why the quizzes are locked and see if we can get those opened up for you. Let's see, a lot of more locked. Safety glasses. If you bring your own safety glasses, like guys, I had prescription glasses on. These are not safety glasses. They have to have Z87 on the side with side shields. So if you wear prescription glasses like me, I'm going to have these big monster looking things that go over them. Okay. Yes, I'll have to wear these over my glasses. They had side shields. I am now protected. So we will have safety glasses for you there if you don't have any that you can use. But with PPE, typically you don't want to share that kind of stuff. You want to clean them. There should be cleaning stations and make sure that you don't get anything like an eye fungus or something like that from somebody else. Information specific to Tulsa students, just contact our instructors. Yeah, so you have Tulsa students on here that joined us. Some of them will see our similar site, then you need to probably jump over there and deal with the Tulsa instructors, and they'll help you out, guys. I'd help you out if I need the answers for how the logistics and operations of Tulsa is going to work. So our regular safety glasses, okay, no, we talked about that. I wouldn't get the ones that are like the Chem Lab that fits over and fogs up, because if you get hot, they get all sweaty. I think just the good ones, and we have some of these in the lab, so if you don't have any, we'll have some that go over the glasses, as well as we have some of these that are a lot nicer looking, and we'll get you some style points there. So let's see here, that's safety goggles. I probably wouldn't go with the goggles. I'd go with the hard glasses, and all these will have Z87 written on there. That's the standard that they have to comply to, so we don't lose our eyes. And guys, when you come in the lab, when you're in a lab area, have those glasses on all the time. That doesn't mean have your glasses up here. They got to be on your eyes. We're getting hammered with that. There's cameras in the areas. We've already been told that there's people watching the cameras from time to time. And if they see students without labs, they're going to come in and get on everybody and kick people out of the lab. So let's just be safe with that. It's part of that sergeant speech. So we've got the Tulsa groups talking there. Can we wear leggings to lab, or does it have to be pants? Preferably pants. We want something that's going to be pants. In this course, we're not doing a lot of stuff with heat, except for when you go to welding. So let's talk about welding real quick. There is probably one thing you need to think about when you go over there. I would probably recommend wearing leather shoes, and they're going to talk about that in their safety training and everything. You probably need a leather shoe, not a Nike running shoe that's made out of plastic materials. The sparks and the things will go down there and melt and destroy your shoes. So I would recommend having some boots or leather shoes on. Your pants need to be in good shape. Don't wear pants that look cool like my daughter's that have all the cuts and the flares on them, because that spark is going to land where the jeans have been slit and poofed out with the material, and that's going to catch on fire and your legs are going to catch on fire. You want jeans that are in fairly good shape there. The other thing is shirts. I would not wear a synthetic shirt, those dry fit type shirts. I would wear a cotton type shirt. Okay, if you were a stewardess or a person that works on something they call them stewardess anymore, flight attendants. You're a flight attendant on airplanes. They don't wear polyesters because if the plane ever catches on fire, that stuff's when it melts, it sticks to your skin, and then we've got to pull and cut and take your skin off, and it's very, very painful. And I don't want to go into details about that, but definitely no leggings there. And so kind of some of the deals that we have for the different welding. So what type of welding are we going to be doing? Stick, MIG, and TIG are the slang terms that people use. You guys are going to be using MIG, which the engineering word for MIG is metal, is called GMAL, gas metallic arc welding. Stick welding is a shielded arc welding. It's SMAL, and TIG is going to be your gas welding for there. But MIG is actually known as GMAL in the engineering world. Okay, MIG is kind of our short-term word, and that's the one where you have the gun where you pull the trigger and the wire is going to come through there, and you're going to have the shielding gas coming out the nozzle, and they're going to teach you guys how to do that. They're going to have hoods for you to wear, and you'll wear those hoods. Where can we find safety glasses? You can find safety glasses here at the lab. We can give you some, or if I were you, I'd buy a nice set, and you can get those at the Union. If you go to Lowe's, make sure they have Z87 on there. I have seen some of those companies sell glasses that do not meet safety glasses requirements. You only have one set of eyes, treat them carefully. Yeah, Amazon, just search for Z87. That's the side markings that would be on them. See, any other questions? We got more questions? Anybody trying to talk? Or is it just typing people? Yes. Wonderful. Everybody's good and happy. Okay, when will the schedule be posted?
Probably tomorrow. We hope that maybe tomorrow at 4, the complete enrollment is going to be finished. Then we are going to be able to share that.
Yeah. Now, something nobody's talked about is Thursday next week. What's happening Thursday next week, guys? You all know what's happening over at Foon. We got a football game going on. I would plan ahead at how you're going to get to the lab here at the Endeavor, because all the labs meet next week here at the Endeavor. And you guys, we do have lab happening Thursday. So we've already got an email from the dean that we will be holding labs, and because we have very limited time and no time to cancel labs. And so you need to be planning on coming to lab for that and going around the tailgating activities that's going to happen on campus. I even have to, my wife's going to drop me off to work and pick me up after we get done with the labs. Okay. Can you guys get back to us about access and quizzes right now for both, or locked? The quizzes for, are you talking about the quizzes in the safety quizzes or the quizzes in the modules? Safety, safety, safety. So safety quizzes. So if I go to,
I went to the safety and last week.
Yeah, let's see here. You have to, oh, hey, that's the deal. Let me talk about joining Canvas. Somebody's got that on there. This could be happening. You could be seeing their site, but not being joined in. And you guys can see my screen here. If I go up here and I go to a site over here on the side that says courses on Canvas, there is a deal down here that says, now, if I go to my dashboard real quick, I'll show you guys some of my dashboard here so you get to see the inner workings. I have the Endeavor lab right here and the Seat North labs. You need to have those on your dashboard. And if you're not seeing those, some of you guys, we automatically enrolled you through the system because you were a part of the class. Some of them, maybe the system didn't do that. If these are not showing up right here, then what you're going to do is go over here to courses, okay, and go to all courses. Okay, so courses, all courses, and then say browse. All right, browse for more courses. And when you browse for those courses, we're taking time here. you can type in seat and hit enter, and it's going to show up here, and you can join those courses. Okay, so that should help you out. Okay, and then once you add it, you'll be able to go in here, and that's why I say my screens are a little bit different because things are memorized and cached up. If I go in here to the Endeavor Lab, for example, now I'll be in here and I've already joined it. If you didn't join it, you go to the site, you can get there, but then you can come down here and take all the safety training. All right, let's see what else we got here. Somebody said something about work. I work football games starting at 2 for OSU dining. How will missing the lab affect us? Well, if you bring food over here, no, we can't bring food to the lab. What you're probably going to need to do is, if you miss that lab, you're probably going to have to do the bonus labs to make it up.
Yeah, that's one solution, and the other is to talk with your team.
Yeah,
And maybe we can work in this case without you, and maybe later we can include it.
yeah. Yeah, it's kind of hard because we have to work around athletics and still do school, and it's kind of a weird thing. So I don't know if that helps you out, Cody. All right, anybody else got any other questions? All right, I get this done, or I guess we're done. It was good to see you guys, and stop by the office and talk to us. Know that we're not all that strict and harsh. We're just, this is the sergeant speech here to know everybody, and we'll see you guys then. So it's the only game that affects my Thursday. Yeah, this is the only game that should affect you, Cody, is just this one game this Thursday. All the other games will be on Friday and Saturdays.
Yeah, we know. Okay. Yes. Okay.
Okay, we got more comments. So if you guys are done, you can log out and we'll see you. I'm just going to answer questions as they come up. We'll stay on here for a little bit if some of you have questions.
You will have exactly the same team for the rest of the semester.
Yeah, same team for the whole semester. If you have problems with your teams or something, come see us and we'll help you out. Okay. We understand that sometimes teams can be dysfunctional. Yeah. Good. I guess that's it then.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, so I'll hit close, and let's see here. Is the syllabus locked? I'm not having access to it. So I've got it on my screen. If you go to, let's see, where's it at here? Right here. Under section 2 on the main page that you come up to right here for the course. Under section 2, there's a download course syllabus. If I hit that, that is going to come up with the syllabus, and then you should be able to download that right up here at the top. Or you can just go up there and print that as well. It says it's locked when you click on it.
Just know anything from maybe no. Okay, we will check it.
We'll check and make sure that it's working on your guys' side. And if it doesn't work when you come to your lab, let me know and we can get you a hard copy here at my office. Does that work? All right.
And the other is to maybe we can share in an announcement on a special model for that.
Yeah. All righty. Well, we'll catch you guys in lab Thursday. Oh, are the teams assigned yet? No, they're going to be assigned tomorrow. You'll be getting a notification of what teams you're on and all that. You're still going to the lab section you signed up, but it'll have what team you're on, if you're on A, B, C, D, or E, and what group you're in. And the NCL quizzes, there are more than one quiz.
Yeah.
Probably just the general quizzes you need. You don't need to take in the DML. You don't need to do things for the welding and all the measurements and all that. You just need the basic white badge training that they have. They've got a lot of other stuff out there for quizzes or laser cutting and all that kind of fun stuff. All right, we'll catch you guys later. That's why I hit stop. And we're out, right?